Have you ever wanted zero control over what you're reading for a week?
What? No.
Well, I have the plan for you. It's called Let a Random Wheel Pick Your Books for a Week.
No, really, I don't want to do that.
No. Wheel picks books for you.
Why are you talking to me? No, seriously, I was planning to read about some dragons. I don't want to do that.
No. The wheel will choose.
Okay, fine. Just don't come out of the screen.
So, if I was a normal person and I was gonna pick a book by myself right now without a random app telling me what book to pick, I would be picking The Mountain and the Sea. I found this randomly at Barnes & Noble's. I've heard nothing about it and I want to read it so bad. It's okay if I don't get to read it this week. I just really want to, okay? I want to read it so bad. Okay, here are all my books that we're gonna be picking from. Let's spin. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. A Man Called Ove. Okay. Where is it? This might be the most different from what I've been reading lately, but I'm down to give it a shot. I can't lie, I was hoping for something a little more exciting, but I'll cozy up with this cute book, hopefully. I think it's gonna make me cry though, so. We'll see how this goes. Look what was available on Cloud Library on audiobook. It's gonna make it go so much faster, and it's read by J.K. Simmons. Pop off, I guess. Did he do something bad yet? Should I not? I can't keep track of what celebrities have done bad things. There's the guy from Spider-Man, right? Yeah. Okay, oh, I love his voice, stop it. Uva, sorry. I love this grumpy old man. I'm only 34 pages. Oh, wow, that was really well done. Screw you. Who wrote this? I hate you. No, you don't understand. I thought I was very wrong, that I was getting a cute little story about a little old man going on some sort of adventure. This is not a cute little story about a happy little old man going on an adventure. I was thinking even grumpy old man, but it's not even. If this man does not make it out of this book alive, I will be so unwell. It's a little later now. I got back. I did some Harry Potter trivia with my sister-in-law and my oldest niece. We got 3rd place, only because of my niece. I know a very small amount of Harry Potter trivia questions, unfortunately. It's been a bit too long since that's what I was obsessed with, but I helped a little. Insert clip of me looking confused and having a good time, hopefully.
What? It's Perfect Drive. Number 12, Perfect Drive. Number what? 4? Number 12, Perfect Drive.
Anyways, it's 10:30 now. Remember that time when I got this book and I was like, I'm just not so excited about it. I'm pretty sure I'm about to stay up until I finish this book. It's 10:30, normally my bedtime, but whatever. Who needs that? So I'm thinking, I have about 3 hours left. It would put me up about 1 a.m., but it's the Friday night. It's the Friday night. I should go to bed, but I'm not. Okay, let's, where's my AirPods go? My phone. Okay, let's get some reading done. Once again, I was all talk. I got like an hour into the audiobook. I have less than 2 hours left now. But it's 11:30 and I am very tired. So I'm gonna
I'm gonna go to bed and I'll just wake up a little earlier tomorrow to finish it.
I'll give you an overview of what this book is about once I'm done with it, because gosh, I'm already so glad I did this video. I wouldn't have read this book, who knows, ever, honestly. And I am in love with it. I'm not making sense. I need to go sleep. Okay, good night. I have a confession I have to make in the middle of this video. Sorry to interrupt the fun reading time. I've had a beauty filter on my camera setting this whole time. I didn't know it was there. My face has been like slightly washed out and I thought it was the lighting. I thought it was a me thing. No, the camera just had a beauty filter on me, smoothing out my skin. I don't want that. I don't care. Okay, hopefully video quality is a touch better now. I really like this book. I'm gonna collect myself. I'm really glad I didn't put makeup on already today. Whew. Oh. Okay, cool. I'm really cool. It's so cool. Okay, I've made my recovery from this book. This is a book I'm gonna think about for a while. In here, you're following this grumpy old man as he's in this new phase of life, and just you see the community support come around him, and that he has such a good heart under this tough exterior he puts on for the world. You see him basically get adopted into this other family, can't say no to helping out others. He just has the most helpful heart there ever is, but has the grumpiest exterior. So as we're going through his current life, we also slowly get some of his backstory as well, and we build on that, and just the love he has for his wife. Sorry, let me find one. Let me find a quote. Here it is. Here's my freaking favorite. People said Ovi saw the world in black and white, but she was color. All the color he had. He just adores her. Adores her. And she's so sweet to him as well. I don't want to spoil anything in this book, but I can confidently say I would definitely recommend this, and I think it's gonna end up being a 5-star read for me, because I will be thinking about this story for quite a long time. Which is so funny, because cut to my face when this was the book I got, wasn't too excited about it. I thought this was gonna be a 3-star book. I would like it. It would be a fun, cute, heartwarming story, and it's so much more than that. Like, my heart feels so full right now from this book, and this is why I read it so fast. I did not have a lot of time to read yesterday, and all I did this morning was listen to this, get some cleaning done, and also read this. That's all I did, and I had a wonderful time. But with this book being done, I don't know what else to tell you about it. I don't want to spoil it. Just, I would pick it up if you want to. It's so good. It made me cry. Books will make me tear up a lot, but I haven't had like tears down my face in a hot minute, so it did a good job. It did a really, really good job at what it wanted to do, and I love that. But with one book already being read, let's pick out my second one. If I'm being really honest right now, I think the book I most want to read on my TBR, there's so many of them, I don't even actually know, but I'm really wanting to read Aragon right now, because look at the special edition of a sequel book from that. Sequel? No, it's not a sequel. It's a prequel. I think it's a prequel, or it's an after the main series book. It's something. Anyways, let's start this recording on the phone. Okay, let's spin this wheel. Ah, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. The last thing he told me. Okay, a little mystery book. We're in the middle of fall. I can vibe with that. I really want a fantasy right now, but that's okay. It's fine. It's a short book. Where is it? I actually just picked this book up last week, so this will be the quickest I've read a book that I picked up in a hot minute. I think this one is like right at 300 pages. It's not an audiobook. We gonna be reading it, which is perfectly fine. I love to read as well, but sometimes I can get through stuff faster with audio. But we're gonna see how this goes. This is my first time with this offer as well, and hopefully we like it. Once again, I'm not going into this too confident. But here we go!
I'm 100 pages in to the last thing he told me. What I've learned so far, the husband was involved with a company that was low-key scamming people. Federal fraud, I think. Billions of dollars lost. $500 million, sorry. Not billions, just $500 million. Really chill. He left a note and all it said on the note was protector, and he was talking about his daughter. So now we're trying to figure out where he is. As of right now, he's not dead. He's just missing, and we don't know how involved he is in this crime. He was like the head tech person, so it sounds like he's pretty involved, but we've got 1 minute until the red zone starts for NFL football for 7 hours of commercial-free football. I'm gonna put that on, and then I'm gonna edit for most of today, most likely, so I don't know how much fiber I'll get in this. But it's been pretty interesting, and I would like to mention that the paper is nice and soft. I also somehow got it water damaged. I don't know when that happened. It's unfortunate. What can I say? Having to go back to work when I have 20 pages left in the book, killing me a little inside. I'm gonna go be responsible and do my job now. Okay, I'm learning a lesson that I need to stop thinking I'm gonna hate every book that I didn't want to read right that second, because this was a really solid mystery, honestly. And probably one of my favorite more adult mysteries that I've ever read. The only thing that really makes it an adult mystery is that we're following an adult in here. Our character just turned 40 in this book, got married to this guy in the past year or so that had a 16-year-old daughter. And probably the best part about this book is the daughter and her relationship that we get to see grow throughout it. It's so sweet. So many good twists and turns, nothing too dramatic, but a perfect short mystery book. I don't know, is 300 short? I feel like 300 counts as a short book, you know? Tell Natalie from a year ago that and she's freaking out. Anything past 250 I thought was long. I was not a reader a year ago, so that's very clear. I like how we've had 2 books now where I've been convinced I wouldn't like it when the random wheel picked it, but then both of them I've liked. Like, this is a 4-star book. Did I say that already? Can't remember. My blood sugar's going low. Type 1 diabetic. This one's done. I don't have too much to say about it because I feel like you can't say that much about a mystery without giving stuff away, you know? I'm gonna stop adding, you know, onto the end of every one of my sentences. Hated that. I feel like this book went by really fast. Like I mentioned before, the paper is very nice and soft. I love this paper texture. If everybody could use this. Don't know what it's called. I just like it. Kind of feels like printer paper, but higher quality. I don't have anything going on tonight, so an NFL game is on, Monday Night Football, so I'm gonna pick another book right now. Once again, I would really like a sci-fi or fantasy book. Or honestly, a cheesy romance. I think I only really have one of those on here. But sci-fi and fantasy definitely take up the most spots, so if we don't get one this time, I'm gonna lose it. I just really want to read a sci-fi or fantasy. I have so many on here that I'm so interested in reading. Spin. No. This is quite literally the last book I wanted it to pick for me. Then she was gone. I feel it's another mystery. I don't think I'm gonna hate it. I just don't want another mystery right now. There's so many fun books it could have picked. I'm tired. I'm so mad. I'm actually so mad right now. There's nothing against Lisa Jewell. I liked the other book I read by her. It was fun. I can't remember the title of it. It was a fun, twisty mystery, but I just read a mystery. I feel like this is gonna have the exact same vibe. Okay, well, we're gonna see if I actually want to finish this whole thing or if I'm DNFing it. We'll see. We'll see. I got 60 pages in, and I have no interest in this book. We were doing a back and forth thing for the first little book, but then I was looking ahead and it seems like that stops for a very long time. So I went to Goodreads and I went to double check and I was like, well, maybe it picks up. And then a lot of them were saying it was just a dark and twisty story, which I'm still honestly recovering from Misery and reading that by Stephen King. That was too much for my soul. And I really don't want another book that's like that. And I feel like if we go back to the past timeline, it's gonna get into that kind of vibe. And that just doesn't sound fun at all to read right now. The pacing in this was also really, really slow for me. She described stuff too much, honestly. I don't need that many details when I'm reading a book. It was just like paragraphs of descriptions in here, which sometimes I like that and sometimes they're done really well. But in this particular book, they felt unnecessary. I don't need you to do that much world building when I'm reading a mystery book. Just throw me into the mystery. I want to get to that. I don't relate to any of the characters. I don't really care what happens to them. And I'm just bored. I'm really, really, really bored. And I had just read a mystery. I think maybe if I hadn't just read a mystery, this would hit a little better. But this is why normal people don't let a wheel choose what they read for a week, because it gives them books like this right after another mystery book. And the other one just grabbed my attention so fast, and it was so good. It was so well paced. It was so well paced, and I loved it. And this one, I just don't think I'm gonna get there. I think I'm gonna trudge through it the whole time and just hate it. I know what I like in a mystery book. That's the most full shelf on my bookshelf is mystery books, mostly because of Karen McManus, but I know what I like, and this isn't hitting it. Okay, back to the wheel, and we pray it gives me something good. I am tired of real world stories right now. I want some more fantasy, fiction, sci-fi aspect to it right now. I just need something. I feel like it's a cop-out when I spin the wheel for it to choose a book and then I DNF it, but I gave the book an honest shot. I can't talk right now. I gave the book I've reached my word. I reached my word count. Yeah. Why does reach sound like the wrong word? I don't think it's helping that I have a little bit of a migraine starting, but I read with migraines all the time. I just get migraines a lot, so, I just learned to live with it. Okay. I'm not even looking. I'm so scared. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Oh! This is kind of perfect for the mood I'm in right now. This is Killjoy. Let me go grab it real fast and show you why it's perfect. This is the little tiny baby book Killjoy. It is the prequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's just 100 pages. It's kind of a murder mystery party that she went to and why she fell in love with solving crimes and why she was so interested in it. This is a super easy YA book. It's gonna be the pacing I love. I know I like this author a whole lot. It may not be a fantasy or sci-fi, and it's another mystery. This wheel really likes mystery. We need to do a study on this, honestly. 3 books in a row. And I had 5 books in total on there that were mystery. Okay, I can probably fly through this tonight. I'm actually so excited now. This is the first book I've been excited about. I'm not expecting anything amazing out of this. I'm just expecting a fun little journey back into this world that I love so much. I love Pip. I can't wait. Okay. Let's go read it. Me and my dog do, in fact, fight over my reading spot constantly. The littlest, cutest girl. The tail wag. Ah! It is currently 7:51. I want to get through this before I go to bed tonight. It's 100 pages long, and it's YA font. This is awful lighting. I don't know. I have no excuses. My ring light's over there. I'm too lazy to move it. Okay, Winnie, I'm so sorry. You got to scoot. You got to scoot. I'm sorry. This may be the stupidest you. What? Can't talk. This may be the stupidest use I've ever used. What? I still can't speak. Language? Don't know what it is. What I'm trying to say is there is an audiobook available for me to borrow from the library on my phone. And normally, I would just enjoy the process of reading this book. But like I said, migraine makes it a little harder to read. My already slow reading pace goes down even more. So we're not going to feel guilty. We're going to borrow the audiobook and enjoy our time. This is already a fun time. I'm 1 chapter in. It took me way too long to read 10 pages of that. This was fun. It was short. It was sweet. It was basically what I thought it would be. Nothing special, nothing that you have to read, but if you really liked A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and wanted a little extra, I will say Pip felt different in this story than when we see her in the first book of the series. She felt a little bit too much like last book Pip compared to first book Pip. I could just be disconnected a little bit and remembering how Pip acted wrong, but it didn't have that same magic spark that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder had. It was still fun. Definitely don't read this first. There are a lot of very obvious hints towards what happens in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder that are not hinted at in the first book, as hard as they are in this book. So this is definitely not one of those prequels that you should read before the other book because it will give you a little more detail. No, this will give you way too much detail. Fun, it was fine. 3 stars. The book I was most excited about gets the lowest rating. I wasn't expecting this to really get a high rating though. I just knew this would be a super easy read at this point. I'm tired. My migraine is setting in further and further. I don't know if I'm really up to reading more tonight, but I figured we can go ahead and spin the wheel. And then if I want to read a chapter or 2, I can. And if I don't have to. Free will. Crazy. Come on, wheel. You gotta bounce back with something good. I mean, Killjoy I was excited about it. It just wasn't exactly what I wanted, you know? So, please, please, please. Okay, I'm probably reading a few more chapters tonight. Oh my gosh! Okay. We're reading Bloodmarked, which is the sequel in the Bloodborne series. And I am so ready! I think this is a trilogy and the 3rd book isn't out yet, but it could just be a duology. I don't know the answer to that. I am so excited! Shut up. How long is this book? About 550 pages long. It's got some very pretty sprayed edges. That's why I picked it up. I actually bought this book before I bought Legendborn. I'm so excited to pick up with these characters. I feel like this is going to do a lot more world building, explain a lot more of the first book. I cannot wait. This, if you don't know what the Legendborn series is, it's more of a modern fantasy book. She's going to high school, college classes, but she's in this program that lets her actually stay on the college campus, and she's joined this secret society that is very secretive, and they have some very cool stuff going on. And there were some very, very cool things revealed at the end of the last book that I'm so excited to dive into. We're gonna learn so much more about the magic system in this book, I'm sure, and that's like my favorite part of any fantasy book. I can't wait. I can't wait to see who the big bad is, what's gonna happen. There's also an audiobook available for me to download on this one too. My migraine self is so happy right now. Also, if you're watching this and you're thinking, wow, you're not acting like you have a migraine, that's called chronic migraines. You just start to roll with the punches at some point. This lighting is horrible, and I have what looks like sunglasses on inside. I just still have a migraine. It's been the past few days. If you're wondering how I've been getting through this book at all, this is how. No, yeah, I'm doing great over here. I've never had a migraine attack this bad in my life. Luckily, there is an audiobook and it just allows me to close my eyes and just hear. Because if I don't have some noise going on, then all I think about is the immense amount of pain I'm in right now. And if anybody tells me that audiobooks don't count as reading, I'm gonna fight you because this is the only way I can currently read. This book has been really, really fun so far. We're 300 pages in, a lot has happened. But I feel like we're just now getting to the big meat of the story. There's been lots of twists and turns. It's reminded me a lot of the second book in the Red Rising series in just the plot points we've been hitting, where we ended the last book on this big high, and I feel like we instantly got that dashed when we got into this book, but in the best way. And now we're picking back up speed. Our characters are on a whole new adventure. We're building the love interest with the enemy? I don't really know. This book has a romantic subplot, but it's not too much of the book. I would definitely call it a B plot in this book. I feel like the A plot is the mission, the story, and I do really appreciate when it is the A plot because I want the actual story, the action, everything like that. I love the magic system. I love the world building. I love the politics we've been getting into in this book. Everything has been so interesting, and I have no complaints right now, really. I don't like it as much as the first book, but it's still feeling around a 4-star book for me right now. I'm not even gonna blame that on the migraine. There's just some things I don't love about it. Just talking to the camera has taken like all my energy out of me, so I'm gonna put back on the audiobook, zone out. I only have about 5 hours left in the audiobook. I do have it going at 2.5 speed, so I should be right at 5 hours. I feel awful, but there's a good book. I probably won't be back with any updates. I don't have the energy to film a nice montage. I'm so sorry. I'm basically migraine free right now. I'm just really trying not to trigger another one. Huh. You know, maybe I'm not. I'm not trying to trigger another migraine. That's why I still got these bad boys on. But I have enough energy to actually be film the last 30 minutes of me listening / reading this book. It's gonna be mostly listening. I have chicken nuggets to eat. Very important. Okay. Bloodmarked. It unfortunately falls into this middle book trope that I'm seeing happen a lot more now, of the middle books just being people running around. I know I rated Reckless highly, and it's definitely just a running around book, but there was a lot of banter, and I wanted more of that romance banter from Reckless than anything. This one, I'm not really looking for romance from this book per se, but it wasn't great in here of what we got. I don't love either of the love interest, if I'm being so honest. It's a love triangle that kind of makes me feel like she's cheating on them, and I never love that. Not my favorite thing to read, and not the most likable thing for your main character to do in a book, you know? I loved getting more world building, her power, some of the training, and all the stuff we were learning was very interesting. There's hair in my mouth. Okay, the good things, world building, great. Magic system, interesting, fun, a fun King Arthur retelling. I just don't know where this book really got us, and I feel like some of our sections dragged on a little. That's what happened. Just some of this book dragged on a bit. I'm still gonna give it, I'm feeling like 3.5 is good. So I still liked the book. It just wasn't mind-blowing, and I'm really hoping the last one can really wrap this all up and just be another 5-star book, because I really loved the first one. This was just lacking the magic that first one had. I can't even pinpoint it exactly. I just feel like that one didn't drag anywhere, and this one dragged in a lot of places, in my opinion. But not a bad book. 3.5. I have complaints, obviously, but it wasn't bad. It was a fun time. Well, if you ask me, this was a very successful video. Look at all these books that were read. One of them I did DNF, but hey, it's off my to be read shelf. So it counts, right? We got through 5 books on my TBR. Again, one was a DNF, but still 5 books. I'm very happy with that in one video in 1 week. The first book we read was A Man Called Ovi. Ovi? Yeah. A Man Called Ovi, 5-star. This was a shocker of a book. I didn't think I was gonna like this, and I really, really did. Then we had The Last Thing He Told Me. Ovi just fell off a cliff. But then we had The Last Thing He Told Me. Another one I was disappointed to get, but I ended up enjoying it. So, great time. 4 stars. Then we have Then She Was Gone. I didn't like it. It was boring, it was slow, and this cover, this is an awful texture, just so we know. That one also fell off a cliff. Then we had Killjoy. Fun, short, 3 stars. No complaints. And then we had Bloodmarked. A good fantasy, 3.5 stars, fell into middle book syndrome, unfortunately. Which is really shocking because I swear I used to like middle books the most. Like, Catching Fire is my favorite book. Goblet of Fire is my favorite book from those series. What is going on with middle books? I swear this has been happening more and more, where the middle books just aren't hidden the same. What's going on? What's going on with that? That's what you get when you have a random wheel choose what you want to read for a week. You don't get to read the books you really want to read, and you get some surprising books that were actually really good. I'm gonna have to make a video to read Aragon soon, so keep an eye out for that, because I really want to read about some dragons. I will see y'all in the next video, which I think is another deep dive in the ACOTAR series, so I'm gonna get started on Of Court of Mist and Fury, and I will see y'all then. My hair is going crazy. Bye, y'all.